Welcome. My name is Mike Schmidt, and I'm a certified QiGong instructor, medical QiGong. So right now we're going through some things, and we're going to have to learn how to soothe ourselves, to exercise where there's no gyms. We're going to have to figure out how to adapt and cooperate. So in the spirit of that, I've been taking QiGong for the last 10 years and been studying hard to be an instructor for the last 4 or 5. And I've been teaching for probably about 3 years. And QiGong is very important to me, and I want to share it with you. Right now, the gyms are all closed, like I said, and QiGong, there's no equipment necessary. And when there were gyms, well, then they'll come back. When you worked out that way, QiGong was still a really, really good adjunct to that. So QiGong to me is not just something that you do instead of working out, if you really like to work out, if you really like to run. And yoga is very similar also, and Tai Chi is extremely similar. It's no equipment necessary, and it's about balance, it's about stability, it's about learning how nature works. And we talk about in QiGong and Chinese medicine about a trip around the sun or a journey around the sun. And what that means is there's seasons. Right now we're in the season here now in 2020. We're in the season of spring. We just started spring. And spring follows winter every year, and then summer follows spring. So the energy of all those times and the organs and the systems and the way our body and nature operates changes. And QiGong looks at those changes and looks at how we can exercise and operate and cooperate within nature. So we look at nature, and we look at animals, and we look at healing sounds in QiGong, and the energy of spring, like the energy of spring is up and out. And this is a chart of all the different elements, all the different seasons, all the different organs. And we actually change in seasons, and people know about the seasons of life. And we talk about the seasons of life. 0 to 8 is wood. It's spring. And what we don't talk about in the West is the organs that become front and center. And the liver and the gallbladder become more active, and it's kind of like their time. And the emotion that we need to kind of look out for and we need to balance is anger. So anger is balanced in QiGong by the sound sh, S-H-I. Now all of us know a word that's kind of like that comes with anger. So it's kind of interesting that naturally we kind of do that. So that's 0 to 8. From age 8 to 33, we're in fire, which is the summer of our life. It's heart and it's joy. But it's also a burning of, it's also an energy. The energy of fire has less intelligence in the energy than any of the other elements. So fire is just a burn. It's just an all-consuming thing. So when you're in fire from 8 to 33, you're running around, you're trying to consume, and that's natural. So when we work out in those seasons, so this is the season of life, then we have the season of the actual season, and then we have the season of the day. So the day also has a Hari cycle, which has all these components in it too, and all the different pieces going off at different times, different emotions going on at different times. We know that depending on our constitution, which is another whole gear, We know that there's some times that are better times for us to work. There's better times for us to do certain things. To sleep, there's better times for us to do things. And that has to do with the energy of the year, your date of birth, and the time of day. So in looking at all these, we just contemplate and we watch them. And in Qigong, even the exercises we do. The exercises, and I'll do a video of what's called 3 Hearts and 9 Gates. And what that is an example of some of the exercises that can be done. But they can be done at different levels, at different depths, and at different times of the year for different things. So when we go around the journey around the sun, we want to look at the fact that we're learning something in the spring that might not be as relevant in the summer or in the winter or in the fall. So we just learn and we contemplate and we look at what's going on in that season, and then we move along to the next season, knowing that we're going to come back around and we don't have to know everything. So we learn a little bit, and we contemplate a little bit, and we learn a little bit about nature, we learn a little bit about how to balance our energy, and we learn how to move. So in all of these is movement. In all of this is every day and every way we move our spine. In all of this is breathing, abdominal breathing. We want to breathe abdominally, deep, and exhale out. In the nose and out the nose as we go. It really depends on what we're doing and what season, but breathing is very important to move the blood, the lymph. We also do bone marrow washing, and we do bone marrow building. So in some of our stances, the interesting thing about Qigong is that when you look like you're doing the least, you're usually doing the most. So a lot of these exercises look like they're standing and there's nothing going on, but as you're standing, your knees are bent, your legs are a little bowed. There's things going on that really help all this work. So Qigong has a very light and easy way to be done, and I can show you that, and then it has a very deep way of being done. And as you progress, and it's only up to you, do you get deeper and deeper into these levels. And again, moving, breathing, and blood circulation, moving the lymph, and getting the body's sewer system clean and the energy clean. We also are talking about qi, which is the electricity that runs through us, that which animates. So qi is vital life force. So we're trying to draw that in and move this through all of this, through all of our body. And again, in different seasons, it moves differently. So we need to be able to cultivate qi, which is vital life force energy. The older we get, the more we need to do that. So Qigong is extremely important to me, and it's very funny that I'm going to do some exercises for you and give you a little taste of what Qigong looks like. But there's a lot of people, if I put that up on the internet, are going to say, that's different than what I do. So the joke is that how many Qigong people does it take to change a light bulb? And it's 12. 1 to change the light bulb, and 11 people to say, that's not how my teacher did it. That's not how Qigong is done. That's not how we breathe. That's not how we stand. And it's done in all sorts of different ways. And moving and breathing in any way can't be bad. So when we're sitting around watching TV, when we're in a car, there's exercises that we can get out and do that warm us up just a little bit in order to get us going and to get our backs back into shape after we've put them in a situation or in a position that they were in a little bit too long. So if you ever get up and you feel creaky, there's a lot of ways to take care of that in Qigong. Qigong yoga, and a lot of other things are going to be done on video now. So I'm going to try to have some more information on this. I was asked to do a demonstration at Unwind Yoga, and they were very nice to ask me to come, but the coronavirus came, and now the studio, a lot of people may not be comfortable coming, can't have more than a certain amount of people in that area. So we're going to try to deliver this on a video. So this is it. This is my short explanation. The explanation, again, in QiGong is about how to look at nature, how to watch nature. Between 33 and 58, we're in Earth. That's a time of life. It's a time of season, and it's also a time of day. But if you're between 33 and 58, you have certain tendencies, certain things that need to be worked on a little bit more than others. Metal, I'm in metal, 58 to 83. That's the fall of my life. Lungs are very important to me, so at this time I need to work on my lungs. I need to work on my breathing. I need to make sure that I expand my lungs and that I expel what I need to expel. I need to exhale a lot of stuff from my lungs. So my lungs actually need to be worked out. And when was the last time we worked out our lungs? Runners do that, but this is very easy to do, and it's very gentle. So, and when you get older, you need something that's powerful yet can be done at that age. And then 83 to 108 is water. It's the winter of your life. Your kidneys and urinary bladder. It's a fearful time of life. Ages and ages ago, once you got to be that age, and the winter came, you were in fear of making it through. So that's not the case now, but there are other fears. But again, you need to coexist with the emotions, the organs, and the elements that you are, and do what's appropriate and healing for that in order to move you up and past. Our actual goal when we do QiGong is to stop at age 55 and not age until we die any more than 55-ish. Interesting thing. So anyway, I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to show you some healing sounds, just give you a little bit of a example of each one. I'm going to show you animals, just a little example of each one, and some positions and some breathing techniques. Didn't go into breathing as much as I might have. I'll do that now. So breathing in QiGong is in the nose and out the nose. Tongue to the roof of the mouth on the inhale. Tongue drops on the exhale. Visualization is taking from the perineum, breath from the bottom of you, up the back, on the inhale, up to the upper lip, and dropping it on the exhale. So it's inhale, exhale. In the nose, out the nose, tongue to the roof of the mouth, tongue drops. Shoulders stay down. So most of the time when I ask somebody to breathe deep, they kind of go. And in QiGong, we want the heat to stay down. So this is an introduction. I was asked about the history of QiGong. The little bit of history that I know is that the Chinese warriors, way back, they give dates, but I'm not really sure if they know. They were either fighting or hunting. And in between fighting and hunting, which is what men did back then, they needed something to keep them limber and keep their mind moving. So instead of sitting around locking up, like some of us are going to maybe have a tendency to do now that we're stuck inside and we're going to be binging some things, some Netflix and some Hulu. We're going to need to be able to have a tool in our box to get up and do in a couple minutes to unlock our bones and make sure that we don't become unhealthy more than we need to be balanced for this thing that's going on right now. Body, mind, and spirit. Breathing, big part of it. Breathing keeps you calmer. Meditation, if you want to learn meditation, is extremely important. And movement is extremely important to our balancing and our healing and not going backwards. So, that being said, I feel like human beings do the exact opposite of what they need when they need it. Meaning that when we really are getting unhealthy, things are happening to our bodies that we don't want, we do more to support that than we would. Such as anger. When we're in an angry place or an upset place or a fearful place, we don't breathe deep enough. We breathe very shallow. And if we stopped, took the time, and breathed deep when we're angry, fearful, or upset, it would move through very quickly or a lot quicker. The last thing you want to do is stop, breathe, and be conscious of that when you're in anger, fear, or any of those negative emotions. So it's very interesting to catch yourself complaining about something that you actually perpetuate. And having your body tense is also another way to keep tension in your body, mind, and spirit. To keep tense and not breathe are two things that if all you did was try to maintain those things and move, you would be so much better off. I guarantee it. Thank you.